Hello, it's Gary here with my December blog. Unsurprisingly, I don't do anything seasonal, so this is not a countdown or a reflection on the last 12 months. I've tried to keep information of the bits and pieces that I've been doing over the year. So yeah, there definitely has been some highlights this year, and I'm going to refer back to the World of Cherub again, because it was showing the results of 3 years worth of really enjoyable work. It's not the end, it was not a conclusion, it was a point in where we are at with what we were doing. So the initial idea was, in my head, something that would be done quite quickly, and I wasn't expecting the way the route and the journey has gone, and it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. I've loved the spontaneity. Yeah, it's probably one of the best experiences I've had with the thing that I love. So super proud of that. As I say, it's not the end, it's a juncture, and I certainly have been inspired to do other things, of which has taken my journey in different directions, and very unexpected, and there's some things going on in the background which I think is really unexpected, and it's that journey of learning new things, challenging yourself, meeting new people, and that in turn can often lead to, again, random things. I've never ever wanted a predestined career path, which I say laughingly, a career path, oh my goodness. But yes, it's something that at this point in my life I am super happy with. I'd say I would not have expected to be in this position that I am now, which is being allowed to have the creative freedom to do what the fuck I want. And it's not it's driven by me. I've got some awesome collaborators, and I've had a little text conversation with one of them, and yes, I feel that my intent is being realised, and somebody else, because of what I'm doing, is going on their own little journey themselves, and that makes me proud. Also makes me feel a little bit responsible, but it's something that we should be doing for each other, which is empowering people and celebrating the person and giving them the ability to shine, so empower somebody else. And I know it's all sort of kind of beauty queen and worthy, and yeah, I want to see all the little children be happy and things like that, but big picture, there's so much fucking crap that is going on, and all bullshit and lies and misinformation, and it's seemingly there to inflame our emotions in a negative way. So why not uplift somebody else? You can do it, and we should be doing it. And it's like, come on folks, let's get this inclusivity business addressed. We don't need you. Just so what if somebody is different to you? Let's love being different, and let's love the differences in people, and just take the anger down a few notches. Anywho, yeah, I'm very reluctant to be all this meaningful and everything like that. It's just something I think if you can tie into your daily life, then give it a good go. It's worth it. Anywho, so I've talked about the world of Cherub, and I've certainly previously mentioned Mark before, and I'm going to say it again. Where I am now, which is a few things that are beginning to come together, that would not have happened. This would not have happened because I wouldn't have had the inspiration, the thought process, the thing to challenge myself, to see where I can take something else beyond them. I don't want to use the word mundane, because I don't think anything that any of the photography that Mark and I did was mundane in any way. I think it was very representative of who Mark is as a person. It celebrates him, not just a facsimile like, oh, he's done the Peloton, he's done the surgery, he's done the Botox, or he's had his teeth sorted to conform with what we're led to believe is the ideal standard, and it'll improve your life, and you'll have marvellous relationships, and you'll be able to go to these wonderful places because you look like this production line of people. So it's celebrating the individual, celebrating his personality, celebrating and uplifting, which is really, really good. It's really great. So yeah, I would not have thought to go down this process. I had images, and I was just exploring part of the tech that I've got, because I am told most of us only use 5% of a computer program. There's so many other nuances, and I have to say 15-20 years ago I was very reluctant to leave analog behind, but it was just sheer practicality, and I'm proud to say that yeah, I'm proud, yeah. What I know is what I've taught myself, and I've done things in my own way. I've experimented, and I'm going to admit, as an older person, I was quite anxious about technology and taking away that there is a tactile feel to analog photography. Yes, there is this kind of bonding that you can have with your prints. So yeah, I was reluctant to let that go. I then steadily learning at my own pace, and then realising that it's like a diet. You get to some points, then you plateau, and when I've looked at things that I've done in the past, I've thought maybe that I can see a lot of changes in what I've done. I can see. I was recently reminded of a huge experimentation time for myself, and I know my daughter did kind of comment that it looks like you've tried everything. Oh well, I had. So it's yeah, sometimes excess is not always the best. Sometimes drawing it back, doing the Coco Chanel thing, which is look at yourself before you go out and take one thing off. So yes, I've applied that logic, and also sometimes I've applied the full-on thing. So it's here I am. This is where I am. So, and one of the things I've really enjoyed exploring is the digital montage photography, and I have built up a range of, I personally believe, quite edgy, alternative, evocative photography, sometimes mixing unrelated subjects, hiding things within pictures, images to make you look through and build the image of. There is an image that I've recently done, is when you actually look at it, it looks like wallpaper, but when you search through the image and build the image up, it's got quite a strong picture that is not immediately apparent. So I'm yeah, really loving that. So, and then I decided that I wanted to show these in the real world. I really don't want, I know at some point that will be embraced within what I'm doing, because there's a thing that's going on in the background, which there is a little something out there, and if you've yes, it's linked with English eccentricity, and it's a thing called post-no-bills, and I love at the moment there is scant information, which I'm told is going to be built up soon. So I definitely wanted to, at some point, to show this work in the real world, which is, I had a brief showing of some of the unframed items, but I have started to frame some of the images myself, and some of the ones that are more three-dimensional are still with the framer. A bit of a hold up with school photography. So I popped in this morning, and he had a piece ready for me, which is this one here, which is a nude that's overlaid with images of flowers, and then it's embellished, that's the right word I think, embellished with artificial insects, which I've covered in rhinestones, and those are scattered on the image. This one here, this one will not be for sale. This one is a gift for my screen wife Alison. We've been working on I'm loving it. It's great. She's got a black tutu, and we're taking it to wherever. It's been out in the countryside. It's been to an abandoned petrol station. It's been to King's Standing. When I'm out and about, I have to drive past things, and you sometimes see things just suddenly. It's like the light hits it, the clouds part, and it's somewhere that I've been driving past many times, and I saw this fab location, and some great bits and pieces lying around, because we all do like a bit of derelict, do we not? Well, I do. Yeah, the owner of the land let us take pictures on there, and this one here is from that shoot, and I've overlaid images. There's graffiti, local graffiti, not offensive this time, and there's actual safety signs that I photographed when I was in Gran Canaria, because they were everywhere, and they're all slightly different, and some have been on paint that have got textures, some have been on metal doors, and they'd rusted, and it's that decay and degradation that I really liked. But there's two main images. One was just a kind of shot in the atmospheric light and the background with the industrial electrical junctions in the background. But then the one other picture it was shot into a broken mirror, so you get the line distortions, which has been turned upside down to give it an odd perspective, which I like. So you've got two different perspectives going on, and then other images are put in different layers. This one has no embellishments with it, but I've embellished the frame with 4 headless Barbies. So yeah, this is I've been thinking more about things that I'm embellishing images with, and there is a certain thought process in my head that sometimes just let it be completely meaningless. It has no connection, but if you make a connection from it, it's your interaction that's really, really important. But then there's other ones that I've found that a lot of it is like the kind of subject matter and my thought process at the time. And and there are some images that maybe have unrelated, quite personal things to me. So it's like me as not the end user. I'm getting this sort of enjoyment knowing that something that belonged to me is in, and it's not just, oh, I bought it for the process. It's something, I mean, there is one that has something from one of my most favourite nights out. So there's things like that, and it's like, I know what it is, and I'm not going to tell anybody else. But then it's for you to take away from what it is. So there's a lot of there's this real, there's this fantasy, and it's making some sort of meaning out of the meaningless. And yeah, there's nostalgia attached to it as well. So yeah, I'm going to wind up because I've gone over my time. But having turned 65 this year, obviously a lot of nostalgic reflection, which when I was 16, 17, just on the verge of punk happening, which was just such a big part in my life and a lot of of the definition of me. So reflecting on the 65-year-old, reflecting on the 17-year-old, and it's like in here, at this junction, I feel I've got the same level of jaded, cynical optimism that I had when I was 17. But then, yes, loving nostalgia, so there's a lot of things that have given me good memories. And last night, I went to see this fantastic choir, led by Fatt Butcher, the full Fatt Sound, which it was just absolutely marvellous. I'm not a fan of musicals. I'm not really yeah, it's like, oh my god, how did this person get to be going there and really enjoying what I did? But yeah, it really exceeded my expectations, and it was yeah, I know it's Christmas, and I'm not referencing any seasonal things, but I was kind of half expecting a lot of sort of Christmassy flavoured alternative-y songs. Yeah, I'm going to say they absolutely pulled out some awesome choices, of which 2 of them are such big favourites of mine. Which first one was Downtown, Petula Clark. Takes me back to being 6 or 7 and watching her on a Saturday night on the telly, and she looked amazing and she got this amazing voice, and I absolutely love the sentiment of Downtown. It's like, yeah, I like cities. I like cities at night. I like going out and finding things and searching out a bit of fun, meeting people, going to new places. And then again, another such awesome favourite, Minnie Riperton, Les Fleurs. Oh man, what a song! And the chorus was they were just fucking awesome. And yeah, it was again a very uplifting evening. So highly recommend that you have a listen out. Next year there's some things going on. So yeah, because I found out about Fat Butcher through a friend not being able to go to one of the shows and giving me 2 tickets for Sending the Clowns. And yeah, the first show we saw was called Twat, which was a send-up of Andrew Lloyd Webber. And I said, if I think I did a little review for them, and I said, for somebody that can't fucking stand musicals, apart from the Rocky Horror Show, this, you had me up singing and dancing, which is a skill. Anywho, I'm going to go and have my coffee and a mince pie. Catch you later, folks. Absolute business.